Yo, blue side has misconduct, full Colton playing an assassin, pouncing cheat on the Corki, Mugiwara D33 on Braum, and then Nexus Fan Welder on Shyvana. Looks like a pretty, looks like an okay comp. A lot of AD, but it's the type of comp that scales really, really well. And with the new item, I forget what the new item name. Someone tell me in the chat. I forget the name. And the other thing about Red Team is they can't really build too tanky. The only person that can is Mundo, but Gangplank, unless he goes the tank build that I like to do, he's gonna be pretty squish. And Jay sucks. Ambi, you know better than to play that shit. You know better, man. Duskblade, thank you. So, looking at the matchup, or the different matchups, in the jungle, Shyvana can invade Mundo if he wants. He can also power farm and just try to keep pace with Mundo throughout the game. It looks like he is going to be looking for an invade. There's one problem with this invade, is the pathing. The pathing is really bad, and oh my god, what's gonna happen? Flash comes out, Mundo flashes away, is gonna be able to escape with the cleavers. Now, Shyvana should have pathed around, up through river, and then when Mundo's backing, you come from this side. It's a lot easier to catch Mundo possibly greeting out for wolves, and that's why when I start red side, I always like to come around first. This is a longer path. This is actually shorter, in my opinion. Flash for flash, nothing too amazing, really. Obviously, Mundo has to back, but since Shyvana's in here, it doesn't really waste any Mundo's time. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, good battles going on. Corki's getting real low. Nice little flay comes out. Right now, I would have to give the edge to the Vayne. Vayne's hitting CS pretty nicely, and that can be pretty bad for Braum Corki, because I do think in general Braum Corki have the early game, the early 2v2 covered. So the fact that they're already behind is a little scary. So the way that Talon and Gangplank works is pretty much what you see right here. Gangplank's just gonna free farm, but so is Talon. And it's going to, the way this game goes is depending on how Talon, or how well Talon roams and how fed he gets off of roaming, is going to determine the rest of the game. Now, if Gangplank is just able to ult and then cancel out roams and Talon is unable to get kills, then Gangplank's obviously going to be doing a lot more late game. Way top lane works, Darius for Jace, basically, if the Darius knows what he's doing, Jace will be able to... Anytime Darius lands a grab, Jace is in jeopardy of dying once Darius gets, like, Phage. That's been my experiences with the matchup. It's really tough for Jace, because one mistake, and then Darius is going to run the game over. Looks like Mundo's having trouble clearing his jungle. Possibly could be wrong runes. Doesn't look like Shyvana invaded him. The runes make a big difference in this clear, and if you have the wrong ones, then you can get fucked up. Mundo's very, very squishy early on in the jungle. To answer your questions, I normally don't upload these to YouTube. It's normally just for the stream. Mundo roaming back to the jungle to keep farming up. Shyvana, a little bit of a rough end to the clear, but this is the first time I believe she's back, so it makes total sense to me. Mundo definitely has the better late game though, of a jungler in my experiences. One thing I don't like about the spectate shit that I have here is that I can't see what keystones people are using. Kind of pisses me off. I'd like to be able to see that. Better make sure my phone is on so when the pizza gets here, I'm good to collect that shit. Looks like Mundo's gonna be ganking. Gank coming in. Commits a little bit. Talon commits a little bit to the gank. Oh, what was that? My phone just buzzed. Oh, okay. Domino's order. Got it. Now, In my experiences, there's really no point for Talon to try to go in solo without a gank. I think it's just better to focus on hitting the farm and then hit good roams. Like I said, this lane, it doesn't go either way. Like, it really shouldn't go either way ever. Like, there, missing a siege minion to harass, not a good idea. This is one of those things where you just bow your head and go, Gangplank has the edge over me. Well, Gangplank can pretty much deny my all-ins for the most part. Because you're gonna, as you can see, you're gonna have to expend mana to get in there a lot of the times. And Gangplank should be able to have the sustain to last. And if he ever gets too low, he's just gonna back and teleport forward. Darius teleporting to top. Pretty good matchup so far. It's about the same CS, so with Darius having a slight nod. But it's about to be evened out. I miscounted. Down the bot lane, Thresh spamming that BM. You know, Braum and Corki are in kind of a compromising position. However, it's Mundo jungle, and Mundo jungle doesn't really have good ganks until 6. So there's really no, you know, there's nothing to fear right now. This goes for both sides. So if you're on either one of these teams and you see Shyvana jungle or Mundo jungle, you should feel pretty safe pushing up for the most part early on. Mundo is 6 though, coming down to bot lane. This is where it gets scary because Mundo does have a pretty good spike on 6. All he has to do is have a little bit of CC and the gank is pretty much successful. Here, Thresh lanterning in Mundo. Mundo takes a lantern. Oh, good attempt at a flay. It looks like the hook's coming out off the condemn. Braum is going to have to flash, and he does. And successfully gets out. It looks like one flash for one flash there, I think is what happened. Thresh with a good attempt. Unfortunately, Braum is just a little too tanky. And they are able to survive that gank. Yeah, grasping the Undying I don't agree with. You definitely want the keystone that gives you scaling health at the time. That's, in my experience, is the best. Yeah, Phoenix, he was a little late, but I think at the end of the day, that was probably going to be Braum escaping with his flash and his shield up. Pretty hard to secure that kill. What they're really looking for is Corki there. I'm a little cold at the moment. Be right back. I don't know why I'm cold. It's cold. What did I miss? I missed the first blood. Looks like Talon picks off Mundo. How does it happen? Ah! Jungle skirmish lasts a little too long and Talon says no. Colton trying to carry to prove that he's not a shitter to the stream. Now, is Mundo there? You don't want to be getting caught in, you don't want to be getting caught in skirmishes early. Because your Gangplank is not going to be able to help you at all. Like I said, this is a roam game. It is the team's responsibility to understand the lane that you have here. Gangplank is really strong, but not if you let the game snowball. I say it all the time because I play a lot of Gangplank. Here, Talon going in without his ult. Very dangerous position to be in, but is able to make it happen in the mid lane with the assistance from Shyvana. So now, off to a great start, mid and jungle synergy. Talons with the 1-0, Shyvana with the 1-0, and Mundo and Gangplank are behind. Not good, not good at all. Not where you want to be at the beginning of the game for those champs. Corki's got the big package. Look at it. It's so big. It's so large. It's very menacing. Thinking about going in. They're going to engage on Corki with the package. Package being used defensively. Don't know how I feel about that. I think it is possible for Braum and Corki to potentially 2v2 there. but decides to play a little bit more defensively. Because here's the thing, Corki has Sheen here, or he has Phage here, so it's not that bad of a spot to get into a little duel. I think it could go their way. Because Vayne doesn't really have items yet, but once Vayne goes and buys from here, then I don't know if they'll be able to win 2v2. He blew his package, dude. He blew his package. He never would blow his big package. It's a rough time. Looks like Vayne's backing. Instead of freezing, it looks like Corki's going to try to push the lane right away. It's probably for the best. Probably should try to get out of the way and push the lane out. I think Braum should have helped push, though. It was a mistake by Braum. Probably should have helped push the lane first. And here's the thing, because the lane wasn't pushed fast enough, now Corki's kind of in a compromising position. He's going to be solo pushing it. At this stage, Braum needs to roam. Can make a roam into mid real briefly. Go ahead and move around the map real briefly, because Corki should be backing after the lane pushes. Gotta see that. You gotta understand what's happening around the map. Jace does get a double kill in the mid. Let's see what happened there. Jace in the mid lane. Good fighting going on. Oh, I'm sorry. Shyvana got the double kill off of Jace. I was going to be like, how the fuck does he possibly get a double kill here? That roam is going to hurt a lot, by the way. Darius is pushing to the turret. This is the stage of the game where actually Darius can zone if he wants. And Jace isn't going to be able to do much about it at this time. No ignites and no items completed really yet other than Mana Moon. So it's going to be... Jace is going to be kind of stuck. He's got a TP in. Gangplank's ulting the wave. Little miscommunication there. Jace could have just teleported, and then Gangplank could have held the ult, and Darius tried to dive and then ulted. CS is still roughly even. Jace checking the brush, maybe a jungle gank or something. That's what he's thinking about. I don't know. Kind of weird. Maybe he's drunk Jace. I've been there. We all know I've been there before. But Dragon goes down for blue team, and looks like they should be backing. Should be hanging around there. There's really no point in that. Gangplank just free farming. Really far behind in farm. This is kind of unacceptable for Gangplank. He's got some practicing to do with the farming. You know, you don't always farm well when you're playing GP. You gotta get some games under your belt before you're consistent about it. Really needs to just slow it down. Make sure he's hitting that CS. It's very, very important early on. Get that rhythm. You gotta have that rhythm. League of Legends just like DDR, dude. Just like DDR. Looks like Colton does have Dusk Blade, the item that I don't seem to remember the name even after my stream tells me it, so I have to check it. Bot lane, Shyvana, almost dead. Vayne one tumble away. No, gets stunned. This is going to be the end of Vayne. Oh, but the lantern comes out. I cannot believe Vayne lived there. Thresh with a nice hook. Nice dodge, little juke, and Corki does. What a good battle. Let's drop a good battle, man. That was a good battle. That was nuts. I actually thought Vayne was going to somehow escape. But a good follow-up there by the Corki to make sure that the kill is secured. That was nuts. That was a really good battle. That was nuts, though. Wow. Mundo farming wolves, getting it in. About to go over and head on over to the old Gromperino. Falling quite far behind Shyvana. Shyvana has 4 kills, moving towards Devour. It's going to be very, very difficult for Mundo to ever get anywhere near Shyvana in a 1v1. So Shyvana's going to have the leg up for the rest of the game. It's going to be on whether or not Shyvana and Talon throw this game, in my opinion. All lanes have pretty much lost right now. Bot lane's behind, Jace is behind, Gangplank is behind, Mundo's behind. It's pretty grim. This all-in coming out here, though, is going to look pretty good. Talon with the BM stops in the middle of the lane. I don't know what that means. Talon was waddling instead of running away. But Gangplank is able to secure the kill. That's big. That's signs of life. And is able to push the lane to the turret. Shyvana's going to be looking for a gank here. Has a lot of kills, but no. Is not able to catch GP backing in a greedy spot. And is going to go ahead and farm all the CS in the mid lane. Mundo taking a wander through his jungle, chilling. Jason, Darius, not a lot of blood being shed in the top lane, really. Darius was able to get a kill, though. Actually, it looks like this is the spot where you hate to be Jace. Actually, Darius just able to walk up to you whenever he wants and dish out the pain. Ambi's trying to farm from range using the wall, using the max range EQs. This is a dangerous spot to be in for Jace, but it doesn't look like Shyvana and Darius are going to take advantage of it. This is a very textbook dive. There's absolutely nothing Jace can do here if they want to dive. Talon is coming up top. Mundo's coming as well. It could be a big fight in the top lane. Talon knows Mundo's coming. He's coming in for the intersect. And he does get there. This is a 3-on-2. But Mundo's cleaver denies Colton the engage, and the ult is whiffed. Not looking good for the red team, boys. That is absolutely correct. Down in the bot lane, though. Signs of life. This could potentially be a double kill, but no, Corki's able to trade. Thresh wants it. Thresh leading. Does hit the hook. Very nice hook. And that's going to be a failed jump. And the BM. That is a 2-for-1. Darius coming down in the bot lane. Shyvana ulting into walls. What am I watching? This makes no sense. Goofy ults. Goofy teleports. Teleport from Darius doesn't make any sense to me. Gotta make sure when you teleport that you actually have kill potential in the guy that you're teleporting for. The only way that that teleport's ever gonna work is if Thresh is sitting somewhere here on the turret or something, and then that way you can walk in. Shouldn't be teleporting there. That's going to allow Jace a lot of free farm. Darius is going to have to walk all the way back up to the top lane. He's going to be missing the siege minions. He's going to be missing some farm all through here. And then Darius is going to be dishing out a lot of damage. He's going to look to take the turret down. It's very close. One more W, but he sees Darius coming. Smartly backs away. Knows that if he stays, he's dead. And, oh, that was not his ward. That means he is dead, and he does stay. Doesn't matter. Flash will not bail you out of that, buddy. Trust me, I've played this matchup enough to know that Jace, once he falls behind Darius, that is going to happen every fucking time you get caught. No escape. Doesn't matter how you play it. Obviously, Flash isn't even enough to save him there. And Darius picks up the kill, keeping his Flash and proxy farming behind the turret. This is looking really fucking bad for Red Team. This is a horrible start. This is not what we want to see in this matchup. Mundo's electing to farm golems there instead of defending the turret. It's probably correct move. Darius looking to proxy farm. Very, very intimidating position for Red Team to be in. There's no way they can deal with that. There's no way. No Mundo 1v1s are going to be happening here, my friend. That is going to be the end of Mundo unless Jace does show up. Gangplank ult comes down. And there you go. Looks like Mundo was able to bait it a little bit. This is the problem with Darius' build right now. Decided to rush a Thornmail for some reason. I don't know why he did that. That explains why he's not able to beat the Mundo up right away. I don't understand it. Probably wouldn't go for that first. I would probably just go for Black Cleaver and then probably Sterix or something. But, you know, to each their own. To each their own. Who am I to judge? Shyvana engaging onto Jace. Jace with the knockback. Shyvana is going to flash. Knows that Jace doesn't have a flash, possibly. Jace is going into turret. Is he going to be able to escape? No. Jace gets a little bit of that dragon, man. It's a little bit of the dragon in his life. He didn't really want it, but he got it. Mid lane, Gangplank does have a Triforce now. He's going to be able to clear waves very, very quickly. Not if he combos that way, but that's alright. It happens to the best of us. Talon looking for an engage. Could definitely engage onto the Gangplank there. I would have taken that probably, but I guess Colton was a little low on mana, so elects to just use his Rake to clear the wave and get out. Darius pushing into the blue buffs, looking to try to secure Dragon for his team. Thresh engaging on a Darius. It's a very tanky Darius though with the early Thornmail, as silly as that is. Darius does get the kill and the dunk. That's going to be a double. What's going to happen next? Darius does not get the reset on his ult because he does not put the kill away. Now, looks like mid lane will be Siege. Gangplank, is he going to be able to hold here? Does not have his ult. This should be up in about 10 seconds. He's going to be trying to hold this siege. Corki's got the package. Will blue team realize that this is a good spot to dive? No, Shyvana is going to farm. Unless Shyvana runs mid. No, he's going to keep farming up for Devo. Nope, he's going to take Dragon. Corki's still got huge package. Big old package. Roaming over to Dragon. Dragon versus Dragon 1v1. More like a 4v1, but you get the picture. Dragon falls. That is the second dragon for blue team. But Jace does trade top turret. He's going to be pushing down into the tier 2. Darius leaving the base. This is 20 minutes, so home guard defense is going to mean Darius is most definitely going to get all that farm. We're going to see what happens here. Ambi's not pushing very fast. That's all right. He's going to be getting out, smartly backing away, realizing that, yep, people are leaving the base. Colton's lagging, figuring out still how to buy items. And he takes a Tiamat, which is pretty standard, actually. A lot of Talons run this type of build. Here, if I was Talon, I would be looking to engage on Gangplank whenever he's out of line. But GP is level 13, does have a level lead over him, so it's a little dangerous to go crazy all in. Although I do think he will still be able to kill Gangplank with that new item. Getting zoned off a little bit by the barrels. Does go in, getting some damage off. Does ult in. But this is Gangplank we're talking about. Pretty tanky. Like I said, that level advantage comes into play there. If Talon waits for his Ignite, then he could possibly kill Gangplank there, but he chooses not to wait for his Ignite, so that allows Gangplank to just tank the ult and walk away. Now, Gangplank coming in, trying to defend his buffs. We're trying to defend his jungler. Might be getting caught here, though, in a very compromising position. Does get the W off. That's 4v2 in the jungle. No help coming down. A lot of players are already dead on the blue side, so it's not going to work. Gangplank backing away. Smartly going to run away. Just kind of, I guess he's positioning in case the tower dive comes. Kind of makes sense. Going to try to clear the wave. Does he have 2 barrels? He does. Looks for the pick on Cork. He's not able to get it. And the lane keeps pushing. Gangplank still staying. Knows that Talon doesn't have an ult. Knows that he's safe. And he is going to decide to back. Still has teleport. Talon's pushing very fast with the Tiamat. Gangplank decides that he's going to stay a little bit longer. Talon's ult's almost up. This is an opportunity for Talon if he wants to dive. He does not take it, though. That would be a green light spot to do it. But it's just going to be roaming around the map. Weird roams don't make much sense to me in this spot. Nothing to do there except back. Maybe he's going to try to pick off the Vayne, but it is Vayne that you're going for, my friend. But Thresh stepping a little too close. It is a 3-on-1. Thresh is going to be used, dropping the Lantern and his ult, trying to escape. Tries to hook the Scuttler, but just misses it, and that's going to be a pick there. Very, very weird time for Thresh to ward. Didn't have vision, didn't know where anybody was. Talon was obviously off the map. It's kind of strange. Didn't need to force that ward. Vayne was trying to position backwards anyways, so it's unnecessary. Vayne's getting poked back a little bit. He's got okay farm. He's got Blade of the Rune King, and is building up for Giant Slayer. Trying to deal with that Shyvana and Darius late game, I'm sure. Not a bad position to be in as Vayne. I mean, yes, the game is pretty sour right now, but Vayne can still get some stuff done later in the match with the decent farm that he's got. So, in top lane, though, Darius getting caught in a weird spot here. Mundo's coming in, misses the cleaver. Jace trying to put some damage off, but Darius just going to smartly walk away, and that's the end of that gank. If Mundo hits the cleaver, might be able to commit to it a little bit better, but no. Here, Gangplank coming down into the brushes. Shyvana trying to find him. Gangplank's in a weird spot. He's going to be caught. He's going to waste a lot of time, though. Darius is in the mid lane pushing, however. Roamed all the way into mid, shoves mid in. Can Thresh and Mundo hold this turret? Probably not, and they're not even looking to try. Now Mundo's wandering over there. Got the W on. He's trying to farm those creeps. Misses that big siege wave. Mama don't like that too much. Mama don't like that. Gotta collect all that paper. Darius and Talon roaming around. This is not what you want to see for rotating to bottom, but Darius is just farming the scuttle right now. They do have vision. They know that it's a 3-on-3. Red team does hit a hook, but Thresh decides to not, and this is smart, decides to not go in. Was not going to go well. Looks like Corki is in a compromising spot. Smartly going to back away. Jace backing after pushing the lane. Knows that Shyvana can solo him. Gangplank teleporting to mid. And he's got the home guards rushing out. Trying to clear the wave as fast as possible. This is all you got to do as Gangplank. Try to keep the turrets alive. Talon's looking for an engage. He's not going to be able to get it though. Gangplank's clearing too fast right now. Talon does engage. The ult comes out. Gangplank's gone. That's a 4v1 on the turret. Gangplank probably should have backed down a little bit there once he saw that many, but does actually trade anyways. Jace coming in. Looks like a 4v3 here in mid lane. If there is an engage coming out, that could be great. Otherwise, Shyvana will be taking this turret free of charge. Vayne's going to rotate away. Engage not going to happen. The Vayne, can he 1v1 Shyvana here? Probably not. 5 levels ahead. Shyvana's going to be doing a lot of damage. But a 2v1 might be possible. Shyvana sees it coming, knows what's happening here. not panicking, does get slowed, goes over the walls, looking for that 1v1. Looking for that 1-for-1 trade, but should have just ran away. I don't understand. That's a free shutdown for Vayne. You see, even though Vayne's like 5 levels behind, or yeah, Vayne's 5 levels behind, can deal a lot of damage if it's allowed to auto, and is able to get the shutdown there. That's a huge shutdown. Siobhan should have just jumped away and walked out. This is a spot that happens a lot of times when you're fed on tanks. As you get cocky, Vayne just comes out, ults, autos you down, and that's the end of your spree. So if you see Vayne, you don't want to play spots like that very cocky. Now, if it was something like an Ezreal, something like a, I don't know, a Graves or something, sure, play as cocky as you want. But Vayne's the one champ that, even if you're fed on tanks, it's not going to always go your way, even if you're super ahead because of that health on the autos, that health taken away on the autos. Gangplank coming in. Turns on Gangplank right away, trying to get the kill, but Colton gets bursted down, doesn't have his ult. These fights are kind of sloppy, fighting 2v4 in the mid lane. And looks like red team will be pushing down mid. This is good. This is a phase of the game that I want to be seeing more of. Sieging with Jace and Gangplank is pretty strong here. Jace putting damage on the turret, disengaging smartly. Corki going in. Gangplank turning with the ult, true damage ult coming out. Does get the kill onto Corki. Thresh coming and lanterns him away, but misses the lantern. It's not going to be able to help, but, oh, misses the hook as well. That's a double fail by Thresh, and that's not going to be the pick on Shyvana that we needed. Shyvana lives on, however, Darius taking the top tier 2, and is going to be pushing into the inhib. Gangplank's not really worried, though. Is going to be able to clear. If Darius sees it and flashes in, oh, you should flash in and kill that fucker, but he doesn't. Is getting chased by Vayne and Thresh, walking through turrets willy-nilly, all crazy. He's getting the bleed damage onto those minions and essentially proxying while walking. He's going to be pressuring the bottom tier 2 now. Thresh does not want it to happen. Is going to be stepping in, but here comes the stun. Thresh is going to be hooking in. There's a big wave. Vayne doesn't want to commit to it. Knows it's bad. Is stepping back. Thresh a little too close. Uses his flash to get away. Darius flashing forward for the dunk, but here's the Vayne. Can the Vayne hold? No, is unable to do it. Darius a little too big there. Obviously, Vayne wanted to just farm. Thresh baited it in a little bit too long, and there's the pick. Unfortunate. Now, as you can see, tier 2s are beginning to fall. The last tier 2, before Gangplank has to make his final stands before the game starts ending, is unable to get the barrel off. That means that turret will fall. Very unlucky when that happens. Colton trying to go in. But that Corki, holy shit, let's look at this damage for a second. So let's talk about this. Gangplank misses the barrels, unable to clear the wave. That means the turret falls. Colton engages badly because he's Colton, right? Unable to get the kill on Gangplank. Last hit onto Gangplank. Is unable to secure it, but then Corki from max range after the flash hits the bomb. That was nuts. And Jace comes in, realizing why I don't like Jace in 100 Games to Diamond, gets wiped off the face of the earth right away. And Mundo getting caught out really low and is picked off, even with his ult running. Thresh hits a hook, but no, this turret's gonna fall, and this is really bad for Gangplank. Gangplank is played as a mid lane delay the game type of champ, and already at this phase of the game, once you start losing those inhibs, it gets harder and harder to delay the game under your turret. Even though Gangplank does have items, and even though it's 28 minutes in, this is going to free up Baron for blue side. Blue side's going to be able to get Baron very, very easily. And once Baron happens, Gangplank will not be able to clear it. Jace has no real wave clear. Vayne doesn't really wave clear well. Mundo doesn't wave clear well. It's just a tough spot to be in. Looks like Shyvana roaming around the jungle. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure I'm not missing anything with the pizza. I ordered a pizza. This is the phase of the game where I think blue side needs to just capitalize and knock the Baron down right away. Need to get Darius. Need to get Shyvana on this shit. Shyvana's running fucking Devo, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. There's the Devo. This is the time. Shyvana knows. Pinging it. Team, please. Why you do this to me, you shit wagons? Right? Shyvana's running over there. Corki's backing. No need to back there. Dish damage onto the Baron. Knock it down. Then speed back together. Red side has it warded. That means the Gangplank ult's about to fall on top of the Baron. And bam, there it is. Thresh coming in for the hook. Does get the hook off. He's looking to deal some damage. Mundo's going to be ulting in. Hopefully he's trying to go for the steal. Please, Mundo, make this interesting for me. Does ult in. And can't. And he does get it. Good steal, Mundo. That's what I want to see. Gangplank stepping too close after the steal. Jace engaging in. Gets exhausted. Gangplank trying to get good barrel combos off. Quitchabetchin is able to pick up a kill. That's a kill for... That's... Oh my god, the throws! It's a throws, Vayne! Unable to kill the Darius. I'm amazed. Corki falls. Massive throw from blue side. Huge throw. Throw penis. 12 inches long. Massive throw. Very, very unfortunate smite from Shyvana. Had nothing to worry about. Mundo was 2 levels behind. It's 2 levels behind. The smite was easy. Relax, hit the smite. But no, rushes it. Mundo, calm as a cucumber. 1 in 5. Mundo runs in, dies for the 6th death, steals the Baron on the way out. G fucking G. Now, this is a scary time. That means Inhib will be respawning unless Red makes a miraculous throw. Gangplank's going to be clearing these super creeps pretty easily now because he doesn't have to worry about the Baron buff plus super creeps. Shyvana's looking for pick opportunities, finds Thresh, is running in, thinking about ulting onto the Gangplank. Doesn't decide to do it though. Mundo and Vayne realizing, shit, we gotta get in position, boys. We gotta fight. Jace pushing, solo. He's got the speed back. I wouldn't feel too threatened there. Decides to push. That's good. That's what I want to see. Talon does get hooked up. Here we go. Gangplank ult comes out. How much damage are we gonna get off? Gangplank's unable to get a big barrel combo off, but does get the kill on Talon, and this is looking pretty bad. It looks like a 3v2 now. Corki's still bottom, contesting Jace, but Corki's getting dove. That's going to be a kill for Jace. And there it is. Jace going to be able to turn and take the turret down. Still got about 2/3 of Baron left. Meanwhile, in the middle, this is Vayne you're dealing with. Vayne versus Tanks is pretty strong. As you can see, I told you, right here from the pick at the top lane. Once you've given Vayne a little bit of leeway, it doesn't matter how fed your tanks are, she's going to be able to handle it. Ambi making the smart push in the top lane with Baron is going to be able to open up an inhib. And this is the big throws, the huge throws. This is why we play League, to watch the throws. Darius wandering over and saying, hey man, I want to be your friend. This is not going to go his way though. Probably should have just backed and ran forward with home guards. Would have been a smarter move. Braum coming in, looking for an opportunity, but no, is unable to pick. Colton running out of base, flashing in, is going to be able to secure the kill, but trades on the way out. Jace does get shut down. That's a 1-for-1 on the out. And then in mid lane, we've got Vayne and Thresh pushing down with Baron. Still got about a... How much Baron do we have? No, Baron does run out. Vayne gets the hook onto Braum, but no, not a condemn, and that is a kill missed. Braum surely would have been dead there. Another hook attempt tried. Vayne wants to back smartly. And red team's inhib is finally back. Very live game now. Vayne's picked up. Jace is picked up. Gangplank is scaled up. And unfortunately, even though blue team is 8 kills up, even though blue team is 2k gold up, that's not that big of a deficit when you're facing Mundo and Gangplank and Vayne. And I mean, even Jace can do work with a big front line in Mundo and Gangplank able to wave clear and hit big ults. Like, that's a tough comp to deal with late game. So it's a pretty scary spot to be in. Colton's kind of far behind, is now level 16. He's far behind to the solo laners. He's going to be looking for picks, but Assassins need levels. Should be looking to shove mid lane whenever he can to get those levels. Does get a nice hook in. Thresh has to flash out smartly. Vayne's farming that Scuttler. And now we have the first... No, this will be the second dragon. Or the third if blue is able to get a hold of it. This is a 4v5 right here. It's kind of dangerous spot to be in. if Red commits to this badly, if Vayne gets picked off or anything silly happens here, could spell the end of the game. Could be open inhib and then GG. Jace is pushing for the inhib. Thresh is backing. This is going to be third dragon. Darius backing, knows that he needs to get in position to defend that. And Jace is backing away, but the Thresh interrupts the back. Vayne condemns. Talon ults weirdly, and nothing happens. Jace, realizing that the backs have been stopped, is trying to push, but he doesn't know that Shyvana's looking for him here. So that's probably going to be a pickoff. But Shyvana doesn't know that Jace is pushing. So Shyvana's going to have to spin around, realizing, oh shit, Jace is actually on my base. Weird luck there by Jace. He's going to be able to get the inhib. He's going to challenge Darius, knocks him away. Darius flashing in. This is going to be the end of Jace though, 100%. Is he going to be able to trade with Darius on the way out? No, that is an open inhib. Gangplank's going to be pushing bottom, sees an opportunity, does the little I drop barrels and stare at you move, and then Thresh looking for a flank opportunity. This could be a little ambitious, a lot of ambitious. Thresh, what are you doing, buddy? The ult comes out, is able to hook Corki maybe? No, that's going to be the tier 2 turret though. Shyvana sees an opportunity though in the mid lane, is going to be pushing down mid, sees an inhib. Here you go. That's going to be an inhibitor going. An inhibitor. An inhibitor. Tier 2 for an inhibitor. Is it worth? I don't think it was. And we are in the same position that we were on the throw. Which means the Baron's going to be up in a minute. Mundo's going to look for an opportunity to maybe do another clutch steal. But is he going to be able to steal it again? Because this inhib has fallen though in the top lane. I have forgotten this. This inhib is open. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to contest Baron with an inhib breaking even here. And with the fact that Gangplank has an ult. So maybe the Baron's not going to be happening anytime soon. I'd like to think that if a pick goes down from Red though, the Baron's going to happen. And Busaido's going to be pushing bottom though, is going to be putting pressure on this bottom inhib. And this is what we see all the time. And no offense to Misconduct, he's a good Darius player, but this is the spot that he suffers with a lot, and I've played with him a little while now in the sub games, is that late game scenarios can be pretty tricky to manage if you're not familiar with them, and that's a spot where a lot of people make mistakes. I think in general, he should be looking to pressure Jace, push him out, but instead he's just kind of grouping with his team, which I don't like too much. I think it's very easy for him to kill Jace in a lot of spots here. Looks like blue team is going for this Baron. Weird time to Baron. Don't know if they're going to be able to get it, but they are doing it fast. Red team is not in position fast enough, and that's the Baron. That's a big deal. Shyvana's trying to engage, but two players are backing on blue side. Colton's backing on blue side. Looks like the fight's happening, but the red team doesn't know how many players are back, how many players are up. Is going to be disengaging. But they do need to do something here. This is a Baron buff on blue team now. The next fight's going to be huge. And Shyvana's trying to get in there, trying to do some damage. Gangplank getting caught up. He is able to survive with Sterix. A lot of damage coming out. Colton getting in there is able to do the damage. That is going to be a 2-for-2. Mundo's looking for action. Doesn't get it. And this, oh, it's 2 for 1. It's a 2 for 1. I thought for sure that somebody else had died there. But no, that's even with the Baron buff. You see the late game scaling on this composition is very, 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 very scary. And here comes the Jace pushing down the bot lane. No spoilers if you guys have played the game. No spoilers in this clown fiesta. Lapa Legends gets it. Shyvana's looking for an opportunity to go in. Mundo doesn't click the lantern though. He can't click if there's too many minions. Mundo! And he loses the GA. Mundo's ult not up yet. He's going to be getting caught out. Shyvana's going to be ulting. Ulting onto the Vayne. Oh, and denies the condemn. Really weird ult. I've never seen anything like it. In the meantime, Jace does fall to the Corkster. And now Shyvana's pushing in. Shyvana sees blood wandering around the wall. Says, fuck it, I'm going to eat the wall. Here comes the push. Gangplank coming off of spawn. Wants to defend. Wants to hold these minions. These are Baron minions. It's a very, very dangerous spot to be in. Baron minions. Very, very tough to clear, but they have nothing to hit the turret. Corki's out of position. He's not there yet. Just came out of base. They're going to be taking red buff. They're going to be taking all the jungle camps. Jace is coming up. Does have teleport. What's going to happen now? Still, they have Baron buff. They have Baron buff. It's, you know, 2/3 gone. They still have a third left. That's plenty of time for one more push. Talon's going to be pushing bottom. He's got Tiamat. Talon's now level 18. Doesn't matter how far behind Talon was. He's caught up now. He's able to burst anybody on the map with that item and that build and ignite. If he plays it right, he's able to blow people up. Gotta watch out for that. Braum's pinging. People are pinging on blue side, saying, hey, defend this shit. Corki's got a big package. Inhib's coming up. That means Red's, Inhib, and Mid's coming up as well. This is a big moment. It's a big moment for my peeps. Who's gonna succeed? Who's gonna survive? Who's going to go on and say that they won the Nisi sub game? My edge is going to be granted to red team just because they've survived this long from a massive deficit. The game, it's one of those diminishing return scenarios. If blue's been unable to end it for the position that they were in, it's going to be hard to end it now. Blue, Inhib, is going to fall again to minions. No one's defending. Gangplank going for Dragon. Really dangerous. Shyvana can 1v1. Shyvana can get the Dragon. Is going to think about challenging Gangplank, but does get out. What happens? Vayne is able to escape. And the back door's coming out. Shyvana is going to be backing. Is Shyvana going to be able to stop it in time? I don't think she is. I think that's going to be GG. Shyvana's running in. Flash comes out. Jace trying, knocks him away. Oh my gosh, it was so close. The double kill comes out. Vayne gets not taken down. And wow, the back door for the ace. And oh my god. It was so close. It looks like this might be game. That's a long respawn timer. Who's gonna tank? Darius says, me baby, I got you. And they start chopping up those turrets. Is that GG? Is it GG, guys? Looks pretty good. Darius is eating it. He's nomming on it. He's not healing off the minions. There it goes. Shyvana's coming in. Wants to tank it. Has time. He's got the ult coming out. Now Shyvana's tanking. Mundo's coming out. The turret's falling ever so slowly. Mundo's gonna be sprinting out there. He's gonna try. Mundo! Ah! Can't do it! Too many peeps! And that's GG. What a good match. What a fun one, man. Really well played by everybody, man. That was fun to watch. Good game.